And especially when they announced the dunk contest contestants, I was thinking, what has happened to our All-Star game, Eric? I mean, I think you texted. Would you text me
about the start time or the
just in general? What has happened to our All-Star game? No TNT. We don't have Barkley. You don't got Kenny Smith. You don't have all those usual guys. It's on NBC. Yes, it's a new system. It's a new everything. But going into it, I kind of had a negative feeling. What do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's kind of what the census was, just all over the place, where people were a little bit negative to kind of what we were about to see, and I felt like the NBA, and I understand there was reasons for it, but didn't do any favors by putting All-Star Saturday night. What is it called? Saturday night, not Saturday day, at 2 p.m. locally. And I do get that there was the Olympics that sandwiched it, and we'll see what it's like next year. But I think that was like kind of the first thought. I was like, man, come on. Like you got to have this a little later in the evening. Yes. So NBC had the All-Star game up until about 2002 or so. But TNT always had the Saturday night, at least since 1989. And so what I was texting about was we're just so used to that again, we'll get to the game in a second, but that All-Star Saturday night coverage of TNT and Kenny, and then, obviously Shaq and Barkley kind of all over the place, making it fun. And I get it, like change is good sometimes. And maybe they made it a little bit more about themselves than the actual product, but it was a little weird at first, not seeing them there.
Yeah, I think that was just like the biggest thing for me is the start time was 2 o'clock, which is middle of the day on a Saturday. Talking about dunk contest starting about 3:30-ish was just insane to me. I understand that they probably wanted to do prime time of the Winter Olympics because it happens every 4 years. So that's probably why they did it. I can't foresee that happening next year. And it was also Valentine's Day. So that could have been like, hey, we want to have the night crowd. People are going to be out and about. So maybe we'll just go ahead and do it right now. That's fine. Now, the contestants of the dunk contests. Yes, I'm always going to watch it every year just because I feel like, I can't wait to see somebody do some dunk I haven't seen, or let me see what these guys got. But when you got the likes of Jackson Hayes, who, man, love him as a Laker, but man, he went up and did a regular dunk as his first dunk. And
all nerves right there.
He got a 47 though.
Yeah, come on.
He got a 47 for this regular dunk.
That was being nice, obviously, way too nice.
But yeah, you just didn't have the star power, and we talked about it on a previous show whether or not you asked me if LeBron has ruined the dunk contest, and by not doing it right. So my answer was yes, because in general, it has. Superstars have been more reluctant to not do the dunk contest, right? You've had some good players do it, the Aaron Gordons, the Zach LaVines, but they weren't like superstars at the time, obviously, when they were doing it. Yep. I can't remember the last superstar that has done a dunk contest recently. Can you name the last superstar that has done it? I guess I would say Dwight Howard would be the last superstar that's done it.
Yeah, I mean, would you obviously, I'm going to give you a name that I totally forgot. I didn't even remember him winning it. But I guess, would you say, so there's Dwight Howard, there's obviously, Blake Griffin was kind of on the way to start.
A little bit before, yeah.
John Wall won a slam dunk contest. I do not. Do you remember that?
John Wall?
Yeah, 2014. I just not remember John Wall. That wall. I know. I heard it the other night, and then I was just like, as you were talking, I was double checking that. I know, 2014 in New Orleans.
What did he win it with? I would want to go watch that.
Yeah.
No disrespect if John Wall is listening. I never thought of him as like a dunker, and for some reason I can't remember that contest. Who was in it? Was it Jason Richardson? No, it was not a Jason Richardson year, was it?
No, because that's 2014. Richardson was like earlier 2000s. Yeah. I mean, Donovan Mitchell won it in 2018, but again, he was a young guy, which is great. I think it should be the young guys, but it should be those guys that are kind of in a trajectory. Like, I mean, you said it last time. There is no damn reason like a Ja Morant and who else you say Zion. Those guys have to kind of reestablish themselves, don't you think? I know you're looking up that.
Oh, so wait, the format was. I think this is when they're trying to get it to be more relevant. They made it East versus West. So Wall teamed up with Paul George and Terrence Ross to sweep the Western Conference, which is probably why I don't remember.
Yeah, we try these gimmicky things, and and,
I just
yeah, seriously. I mean, before we kind of carry on a little bit. Look, like in the 90s, this has happened before where the dunk contest lost its luster a bit. So Kobe won it in 97. And they didn't have it in 98, and then 99 was lockout, so they didn't have it. So they didn't have it for 2 years, basically. And honestly, from what I recall, obviously there wasn't social media. I was pretty, obviously we were young at the time. It was kind of the same talk though, like, oh, it's not good anymore. And it took a Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady,
one, right? The first one,
Steve Francis, that was like the comeback. The funny thing is, you look at those dunks. I mean, they still hold their value. Don't get me wrong, but they're like not as.
But see, you can't do that, Eric. You can't do that because I know TikTok does that all day long. Talking about they show highlights of Michael Jordan and go, "Oh, that's LeBron in the park. That's LeBron in high school." Like we can't do that because that Vince Carter dunk contest.
FF families. That was. Remember us? We were like, "Oh my! It's over.
Okay, two things happened in the dunk contest. Every single one of his dunks were clean. Like there's no miss attempts or anything like that. Each of them were clean and ferocious. He had swag and all that stuff. All you see in these new dunk contests is these guys trying dunks, missing on their first attempt, so you already know what they're going to do, which deflates every time somebody dunks. Like I like Carter Bryant. I liked his dunks and I liked his ability to jump. But then when the last dunk he was going is like he tried, and then couldn't really get the attempt and obviously lost it from that. Vince Carter's dunks was 4 dunks, and it was just like bop, bop, bop. It was over. Like, I mean, you see everybody's going crazy. You got people with the camcorders out, all that good stuff. And
I missed that too. But
so I think people, when they look back on it, you go, nah, Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine's dunk contest was better. Arguably, it's probably better of a dunk contest because of what type of dunks that they did. Yes, right. And also, most of those were pretty clean. Like on one, especially Aaron Gordon, they're like pretty much one attempt. I think maybe he had one miss or two in there, but they were just like so spectacular, right? So I think that has created like this lackluster of an event because people aren't willing to sit there after miss a dunk attempt, right? And I think that's one of the biggest issues.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we were talking about swag. I mean, if it was a dance contest, my man Keyshawn Johnson, not Keyshawn, Keshad Johnson. My man was swagging it up.
My boy was out there, like he definitely got 10 out of 10 for dancing the whole time. Even my wife was like, yeah, that dude he's dancing all over the place. I was like, yeah, he is. Yeah, that's all he's doing right now. But he did have some nice dunks, and he did win the contest. But yeah, it doesn't have the same appeal. And I think, honestly, I know they always say, oh, can it be saved? I just wish one of these superstars would just go in there and enter the dunk contest because I think that would help others kind of join or at least create this like intensity to the night, right? Like there wasn't really much of intensity going into the dunk contest. Nobody really anticipated Jackson Hayes like still in the show, right? So that wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, I think this is like a microcosm of like the league right now. I mean, let's be honest. I can't believe it, but the 3-point shootout is the more exciting event right now, and it has been the last few years because you're getting the big names and like that. I mean, you have a smile on your face, but
don't get me started with Dame Leonard being in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that like that's I mean it's obviously the more fun events the better, but it's I don't know, to me it's kind of sad that that contest, which is all fine and dandy, is really superior to the slam dunk contest. And I don't want to take away from a lot of these young guys that are, hey, I'll do it, I'll get that spotlight, but or I'll get in that spotlight and make a name for myself. But I mean, we talked about it last time. You got to have those young guys, and you got to have a mix of some star power. That's the only way. But I know you're chomping at the bit. What time?
No. I see. There has to be the okay. Same thing for dunk contest. Mac McClung in the dunk contest. No, I don't want G League players in dunk contests. Love Dame.
We can go to YouTube to watch some cool dunks, right? If it's
love Dame time, but he hasn't played a game all season, and I just don't understand how a player can be in the 3-point contest if the whole point is usually those players that were shooting like top 10 in the league of that year, not of previous years. And he still won the thing because obviously he's a great shooter. It's not like he's not going to win it. He's a great shooter.
Or have a chance to win it. Yeah.
I just didn't like that in there. I thought they should have had some other play. Like Rui, he's shooting what, 47%? Like he could have been in it, or somebody give other players a chance that are having stellar years in 3-point contests.
Yeah. It's funny how in one, I mean, we're obviously saying let's get the stars out there, and then the 3-point contest as well. I think if there's a balance in both, where you're having your guys that are stepping up from the 3-point line that year, plus some of the obvious ones. I think Steph Curry said he'll be back in it next year. And so I wonder if it'll get to the point, and that's when you could probably bury the dunk contest. But if that 3-point shooting contest is the last event, that's kind of what was talked a little bit too. They always have that throw in like in the middle like third event, which is kind of always gimmicky. But I mean, what do you think? I mean, is there any saving the dunk contest? I mean, is somebody going to kind of step up and kind of grab it by the horn and save it?
Yeah. I mean, did you hear what Vince Carter and T-Mac talked about on their podcast about the dunk contest? What happened?
Like,
and I
roughly,
forgot what year it was, but basically, essentially, David Stern called Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, LeBron, and Kobe to enter the dunk contest, and they would pay him each $1 million, I think. And Vince said yes right away, and then there was no answer from anybody else, essentially. So Vince said he was down, but then eventually never got a call back about it, about doing it, because there's probably no response from LeBron or Kobe, or they said no in that way too. But something like that, I feel like if Adam Silver really wanted to get this thing going, he would call Anthony Edwards, Zion, Ja Morant, and then have some young flyer come in there, right? Yeah. And have a contest like that, and just generate a little bit more buzz. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy that it's gonna take that, obviously, but what they're doing now isn't working, so it may take someone doing that. And it's weird. I did hear speaking of Ant Edwards, and I think he's like, when you think of like we got to get some kind of star there, I think he's like the perfect person for it, just because of his athleticism. But he even commented, I don't know what interview it was during the All-Star weekend, where he's like, yeah, I'm like an in-game dunker. Like I'll dunk on a guy for sure, but I just don't, I don't got that. I don't got that like different types of like dunks and the style points, if you will. And so I think that's like the thought, right? If he's thinking that, then that's probably what most are. They're worried about losing or something, right? Or just having people make fun of their dunk, something like, right? Like I don't know what else it is.
And I think LeBron is probably in that same boat, right? He's more of an in-game dunker. He would have dunked on somebody 10 years ago. He still can dunk on people. Yeah. But there's not all the gimmick stuff that you need in a dunk contest. Maybe it's because we tried to do too much now, right? Like in a way, like there's all these people trying all these type of things, and for these guys that are just pure in-game dunkers that have crazy vertical leaps. It might just be tough for them to kind of come up with something that would be different than what people have done in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the dunks out there, other than bringing props, have pretty much been done. And like, I think as a fan base, though, we just have to realize that, and we're going to see if we want this, we're going to have to also realize we're going to get some of these recycled dunks, right? We can't have it all.
Yeah. True.
And it's just like anything else, right? You watch an all-star game because of the star power, and you'd want to watch these events because of star power too. And so they obviously did a decent number over the weekend in terms of viewerships. And, we'll see if it had to do with being sandwiched in between the Olympics. That's like for another day to discuss. But I don't know. It would just be nice if we can kind of get back to just that good feeling of All-Star Saturday night.
Yeah.
Evening, night, PM, dark outside. That's
has to be night.
We're not in Hawaii. We're not in Hawaii, 2:00 or whatever it is for them.